Am I losing my grip? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit, guys. I'm letting you guys see how the sausage is made because I don't care about anything right now. How's everybody doing today? Yeah? Okay. Happy Mother's Day. So, for the novice, I like Game of Thrones person, welcome. To the aficionados, welcome. Everybody's welcome here. Everybody's allowed to like stuff. Everybody's allowed to talk about stuff. I don't think people are understanding the word reaction because that's the first time somebody's seeing something. That's me reacting to watching something for the first time. So this is me going through it. I have not watched any content on this. I have not read anything about this trailer. I am going on. We're going to go through it side by side together. And I'm Abby with Motor City Nerds. Thank you to the new subscribers and everybody who's come on by. Welcome to the Penguin Gang. Leave your penguins down in the comments. But yeah, I always wanted my channel to be for everybody. So when I break things down, I'm breaking them down in a way where it's like an aficionado can appreciate this. And someone who just was like, you want to know what? I liked Game of Thrones because people got stabbed with swords and a dragon showed up. Like, you're welcome too. Everybody's allowed to be a part of stuff. I don't understand why this fan... It's like Frankenstein's monster. I started doing this with the idea of Game of Thrones and things around A Song of Ice and Fire. But it's literally, and I'm sad to say this because I'm a part of this fandom, you're the worst ones on the internet. You're the most, and in person, passive-aggressive, rude, snooty McSnoots. And I'm like, calm down with that shit. We can all like stuff. I don't know why you're George R. R. Martin's best friends. I don't know why nobody else is allowed to talk about it, because they are. Everybody's allowed to talk about stuff. I don't know every little thing about Star Wars, but guess what? I love that little fucking Baby Yoda, and I love me some Qui-Gon Jinn, and I'm a casual viewer of it, but I love Jabba the Hutt too. That's my main man. You want to talk about my main man? Jabba the Hutt. That's my dude. But anyway, back to this. So this is gonna, now after this, you aficionados can tear me apart in the comments. But for the regular folk here that just like stuff, we're gonna break this trailer down so you guys can know what's going on, and yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Let's start it off. Rhaenyra Targaryen. Remember we talked about this. Oh, let me get my letter. So that we can all... and my Iron Throne. So we can all understand things and not be dicks. Got my Iron Throne out. I don't know. Let's go up there by Voldemort. You guys remember this? You guys remember when Robert Baratheon wrote all this shit down that he wanted, and Ned Stark was like, hey, those are the king... Well, Barristan the Bold says this. He says, those are the king's words, because Cersei tears it up and says, fuck that noise. I don't give a shit what Ned Stark says. I don't give a shit what my husband said. He's gone now. I run shit. I'm putting Joffrey on the throne. That's exactly what happens in this, okay? That's exactly what's going on. I'm not hating on it for that. I'm letting the casual viewer understand that. You guys remember when Cersei did that and was like, no, my little asshole son's gonna rule because who's here to stop me? That's exactly what her stepmother does after her dad dies. Now let's get into that. So this is Rhaenyra when she's older. Obviously, I think she's at Dragonstone because it's Dragonstone. Dragonstone is the ancestral keep of House Targaryen. That's where Daenerys lands. God, she looks great, and I love the cape. Okay. Now, this is because this isn't Dragonstone again. I think this is Corlys Valerian's. This is House Valerian's keep, and it's not Driftmark, right? It's in between Driftmark and Dragonstone. Oh my god, why can't I remember it? But it's bad as fuck. It's super sweet. If that's it, or it's Dragonstone again from a different angle. But I think that's what that is, and it's got like silver turrets because the Valerians are loaded. They're loaded. Like, imagine the Lannisters times a million. But I'm wondering if that's their castle. Lord of the Tides! Look at that. Because that's Dragonstone. Or maybe it is a different angle of Dragonstone, but I don't think it is. The two turrets throw me off. I never noticed that he was carrying a dragon egg right here. So obviously there's some little tradesies going on. Also, this chick back here, he's like having an affair with, but his lady's cool with it. Targaryens do what they want. Okay, this is going to be the hand of the king to the evil stepmother. The one we just saw, is going to be the hand of the king to the lady in the beginning. Look at that, dude. Fucking dragon. This is the Red Keep. So this is back at the capital. Okay, here we go. This is King Viserys. This is what the whole show's about. This is King Viserys right here. This is his daughter Rhaenyra. We see her in the opening shot, standing there. This is him telling all the lords and all the court, when I die, she takes over.
Corlys Velaryon. I, Borman Baratheon.
Promise to be faithful to King Viserys and to his named heir,
Princess Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra Targaryen.
So that's her young. That's Rhaenyra when she's young. And everyone's saying, we got your back. We're going to back you when your father dies. We back that situation. But do they really? This is Daemon Targaryen, okay? God, that is one of my favorite shots of the entire trailer, was him and his, oh God.
Put the realm to the torch.
He's a badass, he's a fighter. Okay, greatest part of the trailer. This is Princess Rhaenys, okay? She's a member of House Targaryen. She's married to the black guy with the dreads. She's half Baratheon. She's a badass bitch. I love her. She was the heir. She was the heir back in her day, and naturally should have taken over as successor, but everybody said, no, fuck that noise, we need a man too. So that's why she's having this conversation with her, saying, I know, because the shit you're about to kick up is exactly what I could have done, but I didn't, and she's the best. Her and Corlys are the best. They're going to be the best part of the show.
Woman ascend the Iron Throne.
See, that's her younger, and I thought this was very interesting. That's sick. Okay, this chick, this is the evil stepmother family who marries the girl we've been seeing, the young Targaryen this whole time. She marries her dad. She starts popping out kids. The king dies. We all said we were going to back this girl. Nobody backs her. Well, not nobody. They go, it splits the family in half.
An ugly game. You have the determination to win it.
Sneaky rat. Okay, so we're going to go back for a second. You saw when Corlys' family walks in? Okay, see this? I like how they did this, because this is back in the day. This is going to be what Daemon looks like while Rhaenyra is young, I'm assuming. Well, younger. Because that is Corlys Velaryon's son. That is Rhaenyra Targaryen when she's younger. So their families marry each other. He dies, and so does his sister. Okay, so this is the part where I got confused, and also you can see the banners in the background. Now that I'm stopping and watching it, you fucking psychopaths. Give me 10 seconds, you know? Like, Jesus. Okay, because, oh, yeah, it is the daughter, because we can see the hair right here. Good call on that, everybody. But, at first I was like, oh, this can't be a Targaryen funeral, and at first I thought it was going to be, because that's what kicks it all off, but this is Daemon's wife, who is Corlys Velaryon, the black guy with the dreads, daughter. So Daemon marries his daughter, Rhaenyra marries his son, but both of his kids don't survive to have children. And so this is her dying, which gives her an ability to now go start hooking up with the guy who just lost his wife, him. See? God, I feel like I'm explaining this horribly. We'll talk about it. Oh, whoa, we're really beating Daemon up there. So his wife dies. His wife dies, her husband dies, and it lets them get married to each other because the Targaryens love to bang one another. And I don't understand the amount of blood in these, like, okay, I get what you're trying to say. I don't know if I should get into this right now. I get what you're trying to say storytelling-wise with the medium, and how it's the bloodlines and all this and that and all that stuff. But the truth is, if we want to be, like, accurate as fuck, the only ones that still fucked around with, like, blood in their ceremonies and stuff were the North. Because if you know, you know. But we're not getting into that right now. I liked that. That was cool.
History does not remember blood.
But this is what we love. This is what we're here for. So sick. It's so sick.
It remembers names.
And it's ironic that Corlys is the one saying that, because your name dies. You know what I mean? But, okay, breakdown of this trailer. There's me just rattling things off. But the truth is, that's all it is. It's the same thing that Cersei did back when Ned wrote down everything the king said. And then she said, I don't give a fuck. He ain't here to fucking enforce that shit. I'm putting my son on the throne. So that's exactly what the Hightower woman does. So then it becomes the Hightowers versus Rhaenyra and everybody that said they'd have her back, and it becomes who's on what side, because she has Targaryen children too, but they're not who he said to put in charge. So he wrote down, everybody follow Rhaenyra when I die. And this lady who married him after that happened was like, who's gonna stop me from putting my son on the throne? Like, yeah, you guys said some shit, but who gives a fuck? And then some people were like, we think a man should rule, and then it causes a rift in this family. Dragon fought dragon, sister fought sister, brother fought brother, and they go 50-50 down the middle, and it decimates the Targaryen family. So, this is all just, we don't want a lady to rule. We don't like that, and we're all gonna fight each other over it. Casual breakdown. Don't like ladies. No, but seriously, that's literally what this is. Like I said, it's the same thing. George R. R. Martin is very good at just repeating himself, and that's what he does a lot. So that's how a lot of the people that make theories and stuff can make so many theories, is because we're like, well, it happened here, and it happened here, and it happened here. So maybe this person is like this person, and everything just keeps repeating itself, and everything is the Dark Tower. Just go read the Dark Tower so that everything makes sense to everybody when I talk about it. But no, if you're a big fan of this world, this is sick. This is a really, really cool trailer. And even if you're not a super fan of this world, I feel like this is a really well done trailer, and this was really cool. But it is a little hard to explain to the casual viewer when you have time differences, because we have her when she's young and getting married to this guy, and then we have when they're older and they're dead, and she starts banging her cousin. I'm pretty sure it's her cousin, right? Because it's not her brother. So her and Daemon end up together over here, riding dragons, fighting the Hightower lady. But they also have Targaryens that ride dragons and can fight everybody. And it's just Daemon is a badass and really cool. And Rhaenyra is a great character. And Princess Rhaenys, who is the older woman talking to her, like I said, she went through the same shit, except didn't start a war over it. It was like, I was supposed to take over. I could have been a great ruler. I could have been great. And that's the irony with the Targaryens as a whole, and that's why I really wanted them to do Aegon's Conquest, is because it really establishes the fact that a man was just the face of it. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Aegon the Conqueror, but that's facts. Like, it's stated several times, it's the irony of the Targaryens, is that women are the ones running shit, and women are the ones doing shit, and women are the ones doing all the important shit, while men are like the face of the conquest, and the face of history, and the face of everything. But the truth is, they're the ones getting all the work done. So it's like, we can't have one on the Iron Throne, but we can have you guys all running shit secretly, like, and just not in front of everybody. Because Princess, or Queen Rhaenys, back during Aegon's Conquest, and Queen Visenya, my favorite Targaryen, were the ones who established ports and laws and currencies, and those are pretty important things to a country, you know what I mean? And then Aegon just flew around and kept a campaign going of like, hi, I'm here, remember me, we're all buds, keep the realm together. And it's a lot more elaborate than that, I know this, but don't, fuck off. But he was more of, and he did a lot, Aegon did a lot, but when it comes down to like, who made laws? Who established currencies? Who made towns and infrastructure happen? Oh, it was the queens. It wasn't the king. And so it's like that he is very important. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but I'm just saying that's the irony of this entire house falling eventually. And that's my issue with this show. And like I said, I have more faith in it now, but I really have. I've made an effort because of where I work and because of everything. Like, it's very easy for me to talk to 400 people and go, hey, are you excited for whatever? Some of them don't understand what this is. They're like, it's about Daenerys, right? And I'm like, oh, no, it's not. Like, you might be in for a rude awakening. And then some people are like, no, I'm super stoked for it, but I don't care. But I'm the closer we get to this, the more I'm hearing people go like, I don't give a shit. And I'm not talking about people that loved Game of Thrones. I'm talking about the average person who did watch Game of Thrones because they ended up liking it. I'm not talking about people like me. And that's what I was worried about. And now I'm hoping that this trailer ignited some excitement for this, because people should be excited for this. It's gonna be fun. It's just the ending's not so fun. It's like a quick breakdown of it, and I hope this cleared some things up, because like I said, Corlys Velaryon looks great. He's gonna be the best part of this. Also, is Bormund a real Baratheon? Let's find out. Where's my phone? I don't even have fucking paper over here. I don't even think that's a real Baratheon. I think that's made up. It might not be, though. I could be just stupid. But the entire community will call me anyway. The whole community calls me stupid anyway, so... Let's find out. Who the fuck is Bormund? Because Baratheon's my favorite house. Because I was like, it's Ormond, right? It's Ormond Baratheon. And that's just a name that's used a lot, right? And then the subtitle said Bormund. So I don't know if somebody at HBO screwed up, or if they're just going with like a slightly different variation of the name, kind of like they did with Robin Aaron, because his name's not Robin. The titty baby in the Eyrie, the titty baby's name is Rob and Robert, like Robert Baratheon and Rob Stark. Like they're all, it's not Robin. But I thought but for the show's purpose, you named him Robin, but it's Robert Baratheon says it. He's like, he has my namesake, and I gotta take care of him, and yada yada yada. And it's like, oh yeah, like I said, all this is a civil war between this family because this lady says, no, my son is gonna take the throne. I don't give a fuck what your dad said. And this dad said, no, I want my daughter to rule, and I raised her to rule, and everybody back her up when I die. And then when he dies, some of them don't do that. But everybody should be excited for this. I'm just okay. The problem with this is, like, Joffrey says, the reason I'm so comfortable saying these things, like, it's not spoilers to me, but I guess they could be. It's like Joffrey says this in the series. It's not just in the books. In the series, he says, this is where so-and-so killed so-and-so and did this and this and this to them. That was during the Dance of Dragons. It's like, this is the Dance of Dragons. So it's like, it's not hard to, we know what happens to the Targaryens, is all I'm saying. And we can get into it in more detail if you guys want, but that's the basis of it. We don't like ladies ruling. Some of us feel a certain kind of way about it. So we're going to back this guy up when this mom is a sneak rat sneak and says, I'm going to put my son on the throne. And then this woman is like, I ain't having that shit. And then her cousin is like, I like you and I have a crush on you. Our spouses are dead. Let's get together and ride our dragons and fuck them up because I will support you and people support me. And that's why you see all the people cheering Daemon in his gold cloak that looked sweet as fuck walking through the Capitol because he's like a war hero. He's a badass. People love him and he's a bad motherfucker. And so it's like, he's like, people support me, people support you. We got enough that we can take this lady on. Let's do it. And Daemon's a great character too. They're all great characters. These are all great characters except the Sneak Rat Hightowers. Sneak Rat Hightowers, Sneak Rat Sneaks. I don't like them. I don't like the Hightowers. I don't like the Tyrells. I don't like Maesters. Welcome to Motor City Nerds. And like, share, subscribe, comment. It really helps me out. Happy Mother's Day.